Yo, 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 yo. Wisdom Talk. You already know what it is. Episode 6. Already, episode 6. Damn, time flies, man. But yep, it's your boy Horton, H2O, the Cameroon Gone. I have two special guests with me, good homies of mine. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
My name's Kevin. I go by Pronalink on IG. You can find
Mhm.
me there on Facebook as well.
Yeah, we're gonna put their links in the bio as well.
My name is Jeremy. Um, I've done music my whole life. Now
Uh,
I'm looking to learn as much about building stuff as I can so I can follow in the footsteps of like Elon Musk. That's my
oh,
goal.
that's a good example. That's a good model to represent, like to follow with. But
Yes, sir.
what is it that you do, Kevin? By the way,
So right now I'm a personal trainer. I work at Fitness Connection.
so you're born in Trinidad, Tobago, huh, Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how long did you live there before you moved to the states?
I lived there for 9.5 years. Then I
I
moved
didn't.
here, lived in Louisville, Kentucky, Greenville, South Carolina. Then I moved here to Texas. Lived here since like 2012,
This man seasoned,
2013.
like Laurie's or Tony Sassory's extra season as well. God damn. What about you, Kevin? Where are you from? You born and raised?
So yeah, I was born and raised here. My parents are from Colombia. They both came here back in the 90s.
Mm,
But yeah, I've been here my whole life. I'm a
okay.
personal trainer. I work at Fitness Connection. I'm also working to get my certification in life coaching. I am master certified in energy healing, Reiki.
I was just about to get into that.
Yeah.
So, like, you're a big spiritual type of
Yeah.
individual, huh?
Yeah, so I come from a long line of healers. My grandpa was
Oh,
actually he's a spiritual medium, so he's able to talk to spirits.
okay, okay. So, like, when you say talk to spirits, like exorcists, like,
So there's different types, but yeah, there's
oh,
this book called it was by written by a French scientist called The Spiritist Documents. It's a book of 5 series, and
okay.
it basically
Look
explains.
into it, y'all. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was written back in the 1900s, and they did several studies and experiments with clairvoyant people and people that were able to communicate with spirits. And there's two different types of communication style. There's channeling, which is when you are basically letting the spirit talk through you, and either you can actually speak for the spirit, or you write it down,
Mm,
and then you can read whatever you write, and then you get to judge whether if it's actually like
yeah.
something worth
So,
paying attention to.
so when it comes to the writing part, where do you get what to write? Is it like telling you what to write?
So basically, the way it works is that you have to basically just have a little bit of faith, and whatever pops into your mind, the first thing that pops into your mind, you just go ahead and write it. And it's basically like your body starts moving by itself, and you can read it, and like if it's something that you would write, or if it's written in a way that it's just like, yo, I don't talk like this. This is something else.
Damn,
Interestingly
damn.
enough, my godmother is also a medium, and the way that she describes it is sometimes there'll be like this very deep male voice talking to her, and they'll use words such as like mortal, like when they're
Mm.
talking to you.
So it's like voices in her head, like that, like she hears from like entities. Like, is that how you say it? Entity, like
Entities, yeah.
Entities.
entities. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's very
So,
intuitive. It's like you got to use your intuition.
mm,
And the way that it's described in the book, it's that there's it's not really good or bad spirits, but it's more of like unconscious spirits and more conscious
uh,
spirits. So the higher your vibration, the better spirits are gonna come, and you're gonna attract better
okay,
spirits. But if you're in a low vibration, you attract lower entities that are not necessarily trying to do you harm, but they're trying to mess with you.
yeah. So
Uh,
it's literally based off of like positive, negative energy. Like, if you're positive minded, you're gonna attract positivity and like positive spirits, if you will.
Absolutely. I believe that
Yeah.
everything is energy. I mean, we got science to prove it now, and we are energetic beings. And we can actually learn how to tap into that and use it for our betterment. We can heal ourselves. We can cause great changes in ourselves and in the world around us.
Wow.
Like in addition to that, there's also spirits that are in need of help because they're trapped
I
in
was
sort of in a
literally,
limbo.
I was literally just thinking that, like they like in a way, it's like it was like they didn't leave in peace. Like they still had something like left behind, if it was something to say or a message to deliver. But yeah, that's what you're referring to, right?
Right. Because I live in Trinidad and the Atlantic slave trade was so prevalent there, we've encountered a lot of spirits there that, you know, were not able to rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so my mom's friend's actually an intuitive clairvoyant empath, and she can actually see your aura and talk to spirits as well. And what she does is that she goes out to people's houses that need help, that are dealing with spirits that are, like I said, not necessarily bad, but they're stuck in limbo
Yeah,
and they need
exactly.
help being like released from
Mhm.
their torment. Because
Exactly.
sometimes when you have resentment, it holds you to this physical plane, and they're not able to cross over into the spirit world.
Exactly. That's what I was really trying to say. I just can't put the words together, but it's like that missing piece is like to cross over that hump, like you just said, to like to go in peace, because like it seems like most of the time is that it was just that little missing piece that they're missing, and they just need to get that message delivered, and it's just the whole thing that's keeping them from going out, you
Absolutely.
know.
There's a few like survival emotions that could keep you trapped. It's gonna be like sadness, anger,
Mm,
resentment, fear, like not being able to let go. That will keep you in this physical plane. So it's very important to raise your vibration and to just let go, let God,
yeah,
surrendering, trusting, having faith, being happy. Like, I mean, it's easier said than done, and it's a lot of work because we all have our own baggage throughout
yeah,
this life.
exactly.
We all got trials and tribulations that we have to learn from, but it's definitely a journey.
Joe Dispenza actually goes very in depth on the process of, you know, I'm gonna let Kevin describe it better because
Yeah, yeah, he's a natural when it
So he
comes to.
basically describes it as a breaking
His
the
name
habit
is
of.
what again? I'm sorry, by the way. What's his name?
His name is Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Joe Dispenza.
He's one of
Okay.
my favorite people in the world. Like he is a chiropractor, a neurosurgeon, author, speaker. He's world renowned. That's what he specializes on.
God
He
damn.
he does work with quantum physics and
That was gonna be the other one I was gonna bring up is quantum physics after
yeah.
the
I mean,
spiritual connections. We can start getting into the
yeah.
whole quantum
He
physics
he's
thing.
one of the people that basically tied in spirituality with science. He
Mm-hmm.
basically explains how everything works, the mind body connection. He teaches you how, what meditation is for and how to do it,
Mm.
and why it's so important. So we can dive into that.
Yes, because I know Kevin, he always blows my mind with these type of conversations because he goes into like things like the chakras.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into those
S-
7 chakras then.
So the way he describes it is that he's very particular with his terminology because a lot of people are turned off when people say chakras.
Yeah.
So what he describes them as is that they're energy centers.
Okay.
And basically what it is that they're basically clusters of neurons throughout our whole body. We have 7 of them.
Mm.
We have the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. Then we have this sacral chakra, which is right above your genitals. Then you have your solar plexus, which is right above your belly button. Then you have your heart chakra, which is right at the center of your heart.
Mm.
Then you have your throat chakra, it's right at your throat. Then you have your third eye, it's right at the middle of your cranium. And then you have your crown chakra right at the top.
Wow.
He also says that there's an eighth one, just like a few inches above our head, which is called the ka. This is what the Egyptians referred to as the ka, and that's basically the center where we receive energy,
Mm.
information through light. Because everything is energy and light is information, and we are able through our pineal gland able to receive light information, and our pineal gland processes it. Basically, like a TV antenna, we're able to see
Yeah.
visual images off of the
It's like the
information.
receptor.
Yes, it is
Exactly.
exactly.
Damn, that is
And
mind blowing.
through meditation, we are able to create a coherent mind and heart. And when we're able to do that, we're able to raise our vibration and we're open to receive, and we're basically able to. The way that he explains it is that we're all conscious beings, right? We all have consciousness. Well, there's a universal consciousness. You can call it God. You can call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
And we're able to tune into that frequency, and that brings in greater levels of healing, greater levels of trust, greater level of growth, and it's an amazing experience.
What drew you into this? First I wanna before I even ask you that, so would you say that the best remedy of like having like a negative headspace is meditation and focusing on the positives, or
Yes. So just like working out, so I'm a personal trainer, right? I like
Mhm.
working out my body. Physically, we're working out our body with exercise. Meditation is basically a way to train your mind. You're training your awareness.
Mm,
You're becoming aware of how to focus your intention on one thing. He teaches there's a two parts to his meditation. First, he teaches you it's called the body parts meditation, and he teaches you how to focus your awareness on different parts of your body, become
mm,
aware of the different parts of your body.
exactly.
Then once you do that, it while you're doing that, that basically so there's different brain waves. We have different brain waves. We have beta, which is when we're actively engaged in our external environment. Then there's alpha when you slow it down a little bit. Alpha brainwave is basically when you're in a creative, relaxed state, and that's where most of like when we're being creative and like making art, making
Mm,
music, and just
yeah.
being creative. That's our alpha brainwave state. And when we cross over from the alpha and slow it down to the theta, theta is like more of like a dreamy state, and we're able to receive more information and access our subconscious. So what
Okay.
separates our subconscious mind from our conscious mind is basically the oh, I can't remember what it's called. I'm having a mind blank.
Man, you the fact that you remember all this off the top of your head, like, bro, I'm mind blown already. It's just like that, might as well while hopefully it comes to you, but while it's coming to you, what drew you to this,
I mean,
and how long?
so I would say around like 2017, I went through pretty
Okay.
traumatic experience. I guess I like went through a lot of betrayal and like was feeling very down and depressed, and I felt like I couldn't trust anybody, and I just had to find a way to get it out of my own head, and
Dang.
like find a way to help myself. And once I was able to find this information and saw how profoundly it changed me for the better, I know that there's people out there that need this information as well, because we're all struggling deep down. Like even you can be you can have almost everything in the world that you wanted, but you're still gonna struggle with that one thing.
It's facts. It's facts.
And there's always a solution. You just gotta have faith and look at the right places. Divine timing.
Man,
You find what you need at the right time, but you just gotta be open to receive.
amen to that, my brother. Damn. So okay, so I'll take a little break off of you, Kevin. You always blow my mind every time. So back to Germany. You know how you say you've been tapped into music for a majority of your life. When did you first start engaging with music, and how, and what was it?
Well, for me, music was always like the escape from the mental anguish that I was going through because ever since I was like 7 years old, my mom died of cancer, and music just became something that really spoke to me and allowed me to express my emotions in a way
Mm,
and not allow it to take control of my life, but for me to take control of my life. If that
mm,
makes sense.
yeah.
So when I moved to the US, I originally I wanted to be a percussionist, but honestly, I missed the percussion audition, so I ended up playing bassoon for 8 years.
What the? Are you kidding me?
No, I didn't like when I went to the music auditions. I tried like the clarinet, and the band director was like, "You look like you would make a good bassoon player," and she put me on bassoon. He was like, "You're gonna play bassoon." I was like, "Okay."
So you was originally, you had a percussion mindset. You went to the, what was it, audition, or what was it?
It was like the musical tryouts, like
Okay, like a
instrument
musical
tryouts.
trials. You went there with a clarinet, even though you're a percussion minded, and then you end up playing the bassoon.
Yeah, no, like I only tried out two instruments. I didn't even try out a
Yeah,
single brass instrument. Like,
that's a crazy twist.
and
So
then
what is a
so
bassoon?
A bassoon is a woodwind instrument. It's a very classical oriented
question.
instrument. It came out in like the 1800s. It was designed by the French, I believe. It's a Renaissance type instrument. But honestly, I own a bassoon, but
Oh, you still do?
I don't really play it that much anymore. I mostly do snare now because my love when I started high school became marching band because I just love the precision of it. For
Mhm.
me, like being precise and just having this one show that you work on for months, and it's not even just dependent on you, it's dependent on every single person playing their part at the exact same time.
There's an expression on drumline something to the beat and like the drum to the beat or something. It's like it's supposed to be like an analogy towards like you're only as strong as your weakest
100%.
and everything else, and like we all move in one motion, one band, one sound type of thing.
Teamwork makes
And
dream work.
exactly that camaraderie of teamwork.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, one of the main reasons that I went on and marched DCI was because I became so frustrated with the lack of dedication to progress that you would find in a high school situation. Because when you go into DCI, you actually have to go in for months, like every month, and audition, and you have to like fight for your contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like in high school it's kind of more lax. It's not like as prioritized, you
Yeah.
know. It's
Most
just
people are
going
just
through
in
the
there for their
motions.
friendships, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a social aspect, but instead of like the actual passion of playing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's levels to this shit.
You know, like DCI, I would consider to be like the NFL of like marching band type of thing.
DCI is the NFL marching. Damn, that's a major statement, man. That's what's up. Damn. So, you ultimately got to percussion, right?
What do you mean?
Like as far as you originally was like percussion,
Well,
like minded, like
eventually I did end up on drumline because I marched
yeah,
cymbals,
yeah,
and
okay,
cymbals is kind of like the mutual ground between the beats of the drum line but also the flair of the color guard because it's very visually oriented, so you have like a whole other set of precision that you have to work on because if your angles are off just even by a little
yeah.
bit, you have really shiny reflective plates. Everybody can see if you mess up,
Facts. It's very true about symbols. People just think you're just crashing them hoes, but it's certain angles and how you're supposed to rub them. It's so much to it because I also played a little percussion as well. I played the xylophone.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's like piano but with mallets. So it's same notes and keys and stuff like that.
dude, I have
But
mad respect for front ensemble people because I could never do that.
yeah, no, it's definitely tedious, if you will. So
And that's its
okay,
own type of precision,
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. The respect is mutual, man.
100%, bro.
So how many total instruments would you say you know how to play?
Uh, 5.
Damn.
Play
Pretty good.
guitar, piano, cymbals, snare, and kind of saxophone, but not like a pro or anything,
What the fuck? That's not normal. Right? You're definitely a musician. You are definitely
That's
a
awesome.
musician, man.
I feel like art is how we decorate space, and music is how we decorate time.
Mm.
Wow. Say that again.
So,
Run that back for the
Art-
fans, bro.
art-
Run that back.
art is how we
the
decorate
viewers.
space, and then
Mhm.
music is how we decorate time.
Mm.
And I think life is a dance in
Bars.
general. There's an ebb and flow to it.
Man,
Y'all
see, I'm
gonna
gonna have to.
run
I'm
that
gonna
back
have to
and
give
listen
you
to
a
it over
Don
and over
DeMarco
again.
on that one. I'm gonna have to give you a Don DeMarco on that one. Shout out to you, man.
And that's how we learn.
Bomb.
I got you. All right, that was a good one, man.
Yeah, because I mean that's how we learn when we're young. We sing, we make kids sing, we give them songs to listen to. So that's how we learn our ABCs.
Damn. Never
Bars.
looked at it in that perspective. It's that simple, man.
You know,
It ain't rocket science, guys. Like, for real, bars, indeed. Right? Like, damn. It's like we literally live our lives reflecting on knowledge towards like melodies and like rhythm or like, catchy jingle or wherever.
Yeah.
You know, it all intertwines, man. Damn, man. So okay, let me so once again, because we already did the spiritual, we even tapped into like a little bit of the whole music thing too as a side thing. Did we really get into quantum physics?
Not really, not yet.
Did you want to just tap in just a little bit
Yeah,
of it?
we could-
Yeah, go ahead
so-
because you have the knowledge in this.
Scratch
in
the
this
surface a
realm.
little bit.
Yeah,
So, I mean-
exactly. Scratch the surface a little bit.
So I mean,
exactly.
everything that I know is from Joe Dispenza. I've read several of his books. He has a show on Gaia that you can watch. It's called Rewired. It's an amazing tool for transformation, like personal transformation, personal healing, personal growth. I'm big in personal development.
Yeah.
So quantum physics basically ties into how our mind connects to the world around us. Our
Mhm.
thoughts matter. Our thoughts literally matter. We can affect matter with our thoughts if we learn how to focus our intention.
Like telekinesis or some shit? What the fuck?
Kind of manifestation in a way. So, I
Oh,
mean, when it comes down to like your thoughts affecting matter, it basically goes off of having a clear intention, which is what sends the signal out into the universe, and having an elevated emotion, which an elevated emotion is what brings back the experience to you. So, if you want to manifest something, you basically have to have a clear, detailed description in your mind of what you want to manifest, and then you want to have a feeling of you already having it, being grateful. Being grateful is the biggest key in manifesting.
So only if you believe it can you achieve it.
Yep. Believe you deserve it, the universe will serve it.
And if you think about it,
Bar.
every
Man's on
aspect of
fire.
our society only exists because of a thought that somebody had throughout history.
Hey, y'all boys came here prepared. Back to back like Lethal Weapon. Dog. What the hell? Oh, man. Yeah. Our very existence, the way we dress, what we wear, how we wear it, it was already pre-thought.
Everything was once a thought before it was made physical.
Mm-hmm.
The thought precedes the physical manifestation. This
And-
table right here, somebody thought about it before they actually made it.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to have the thought, then you apply it.
Yeah.
And then
And one of my
That's-
favorite people, Nikola Tesla, he's one of the greatest revolutionary inventors back in the 1900s. He used to literally sit down and meditate, and before he invented anything, he would create it in his mind over and over again until it worked in his mind, and then he would invent it.
not even like write it down or anything.
He would just sit there and meditate,
On it.
go into a meditative state. That also ties into quantum physics, because when you go into a meditative state, it's like the way it's described to me by Joe Dispenza is that whenever you go into a meditative state, it's like you tune into the present moment, because we experience time linearly, but really all that really exists is this present moment right now. The present is a gift. So if you tap into the present moment, you are able to experience the infinite possibilities that are possible for you to experience, and you get to select which possible experience that you want to experience.
You're blowing me away.
The way that I think about it is you need to be in the present in order to create. You need to be in the future in order to plan. You need to be in the past to learn from your mistakes.
Dude, like all I know is that I'm gonna be rewatching this episode. I'm gonna be taking little notes and nuggets down. Dog. It's a lot to take in.
No, I have heard of it though. I need to watch it. My friend just told me to watch that.
The what's the name of the show?
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone. Okay. What platform does that come on? Oh wait, is it anime?
Yeah, I think it's on
Oh
Hulu, too.
shit. Hey,
That's my
Yeah.
vibe right there.
yeah, anime all day. Hey, anime heads unite. Hey, yes,
Yeah.
we all do. This is a panel of anime heads too.
Yeah.
Even the
Sir.
producer in the back. Yep.
There.
Yep. So that's pretty dope for sure. While we're talking about anime, what's everyone's favorite anime? Yeah, or better yet, y'all want to do a top 3 or just your
In
favorite?
like what
I can do
context?
top
though?
3.
Yeah, top 3. Okay. I'll start off. I can't lie. It's definitely gonna be Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, And Yu Hakusho.
Yo,
That is for sure.
for me, it's definitely gonna be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Naruto, and I'd have to say, I mean, I guess Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, that was the OG.
I know exactly. That's
greatest
where it
of all time.
started. That's
For me, definitely Naruto. I'm gonna have to go with Death Note and
oh, light.
probably Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, Kahlua and Gone.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
What about you, Beast?
What about you, bro?
Yeah,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z, One Punch Man,
Saitama.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah,
Classics.
can't go wrong.
Was
Can't go
that like
wrong.
the common? I think Naruto was everyone. It was in everyone's top
Yeah.
three.
Yeah, for
It's the
sure.
most well-rounded, man. It
Yeah,
had something for
So
everybody.
many life lessons and great action
Yes,
scenes. Like, man,
exactly, man. You know, it's a good anime when girls could watch it and just be reeled in too. You
Yeah.
know? Because it got the drama and shit too.
true.
So yeah, shouts to that. All right. Let's talk about a little dating stuff because you know that's where we started with the podcast. So,
Oh boy.
so I have a lot of different dating questions. So let me see where I'm gonna start off here. Have y'all heard of Passport Bros?
I have. I
How do you feel about that, Horton?
Oh man, dude! Like at first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, it was a new phenomenon. And I was in. I was like, man, you know what? Screw these girls out here. I'm just gonna stack my bread and I'm gonna go. Either I might go back to Cameroon as someone who could dual citizen and go back like
Yeah.
that, or I'm gonna go to like Colombia as a prime example. I love Colombia.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
We definitely gotta make a trip out there.
Yeah,
for sure.
man. Then like,
For
yeah,
sure.
I'm definitely gonna go with you because that's your people. So,
Yes, sir.
and I always would think about that, but then like over time, I would hear about those women be having hidden agendas, and then they just trying to come back to the States, and then there's still good women out here. It's just they're the minority. I'm gonna just call it how it is. Most women are modern, like modernized, if that's a word or not. But like
It's
a lot,
just the media.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
an agenda to defend, like, basically make women masculine up here.
Man, and that's exactly what I was gonna get at is that
Our
like these,
society
yeah,
is
and like
built that when, like, right now, it's not even feasible for one person to sustain a household. You need to
yeah,
have two sources of income in order to have a realistic lifestyle, you know?
exactly. Great point because like back in our parents' times or our parents' times, yes, the male could provide and the woman could just stay at home and keep the house clean and take care of the kids and
Yep.
cook and all that. But you do like if you're not like a point one, if you're not a 1%er or something, like you're not like making like well over six figures and not mills, definitely gonna need your spouse's help, and even yeah, go ahead.
That's another point. Like, back then, our parents used to raise us.
Yeah.
Now both of the parents have to work, so the school system's the one raising us. And that's where a lot of
Indoctrination.
And that's a valid point.
that's a lot of where the problems stem because
Yeah.
the school is trying to make us just obedient.
Yeah. And they have their own agendas by the teachers. Like, you know, there's some liberal teachers, there's gay flags in the classrooms and they have like drag queens coming in some of these schools and reading books to the kids and you know, they're telling them like I don't have no problem with the LGBTQ at all as
Yeah, I
far
got
as
no
like
problems either.
no problems like that. But like only thing I have a problem with is whenever the kids are being impacted in like trying to
Kind of being
fit it.
forced.
Yeah,
Forced on people.
exactly what I'm trying to get at. It's like
I
you're
just don't
forcing
see
it
how
on
that's
them, forcing
appropriate.
this agenda so you can feel more accepted, you know. And like, yeah, you just and you're like, it's like grooming in ways. It is like that.
100%.
Yeah, so that's the thing and because the parents are both working and like they're dependent on the schools to help raise their kids, that's the impact. And now whenever they do spend that short time with kids, they're finding out these kids are asking all these questions and doing all these things that they never taught them because of that neglection.
And also the structure, the way that schools are set up, like it hasn't changed in over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like technology's evolving, we are evolving, but the way that we learn hasn't evolved. We need to come up with a new system where it caters more to individuality so people can work on their strengths
Yeah.
Instead of just being like trying to make a fish climb a tree ain't gonna work.
For real, bro.
Like, you know, the entire way that school operates was developed by Harrison Ford, and the whole purpose of him doing that was in order to create more obedient workers.
Yeah.
That's why you see students sitting in rows, single file, so that
Yeah.
they could have worked on the assembly line.
It's very
Creating
similar
worker
to
bees,
prison.
creating a bunch of worker bees, little ants, just doing their job, just focus on their job and no mind of their own
Yeah.
to expand off of.
The similarities between prison and schools are just like mind-boggling.
Oh,
And like kids now,
damn.
they just want to say that they have ADHD and all
Man.
this, and they just want to medicate them, and then like you
Y'all
just make them
remember-
into a zombie, bro.
Y'all remember my post I made about ADHD and stuff, because I don't understand that as someone who doesn't have it. And I'm still trying to learn, because like it's an all-time high now. Like
Yeah.
it's like every other kid has ADHD nowadays. Like
They just don't like kids with energy.
yeah, no, that's why I was a firm believer of, because like early, like I remember when I was a kid, because I'm sure y'all wouldn't be surprised, but I had a lot of energy as a kid, jumping all over the place, bad as fuck. I was getting my ass beat, and doctors would try. I know, right? What? No, man. Oh, come on. What gives that away, right? But yeah, but yeah, like I remember when I was younger, and like they would try to tell my parents to give me like Ritalin and stuff like that. And my mom was anti, like, none of my kids ever doing that shit. Like,
Same.
fuck that shit.
Same.
And then I would have my friends that would be on that shit while I'd be in class. I would see their mood would drop from whenever they weren't to when they were. They're like zombies and shit.
Zombies, yep.
So I was like, damn, bro. So I seen it firsthand. And then, like, it wasn't as common back then. Nowadays, it's like every other kid. It's like fucking crazy. And I'm going to be honest. There's a thing called TikTok brain that is real. And our average attention span right now is 8 seconds. And I'd say that has a big impact with it.
Yeah.
Vine didn't help any.
Yeah, exactly. It was Vine before TikTok. We were just talking about this too, how Vine and TikTok, like Vine is big brother of TikTok. And a lot of the people, the influencers from Vine are TikTokers. Go figure, It's just a modern version of the same concept. But yeah.
I think it depends on what you interact with, because there's a lot of informational stuff that you can find on TikTok.
Man.
True.
Where
you place your attention is where you place your energy.
Dude, people don't know, like, China, who created TikTok, their TikTok is educational, informational shit, like, for the majority. Like, you don't have to search and find it. They put it, they prioritize that. Where for us, it's just, like, that mindless shit. And, like, even though, yes, like he said, there is informational, educational shit on TikTok, but you have to go seek it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, just recently, like 2 months ago, so there's, like, the For You page, there's the following page, and they just recently added another page that's a STEM page. So if you go all the way over to the left, there's just a bunch of like actual like good stuff for your brain.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. STEM.
Exactly.
Yeah, as an engineering major myself, yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm electrical engineer major.
Exactly. Engineers unite, Yeah, so yeah, I did not know that. Now I might start using my TikTok again. Because I have a profile. I haven't posted or looked at TikTok in forever, because it's just so toxic to me.
Well,
but yeah, it's nice to know that they have that side of it that I could just easily get to access, just off the tabs.
Well, for me, I use TikTok to get most of my news, because I don't trust major news sources.
Yeah, no, that's why I use YouTube.
Yeah.
Podcasts,
because
whatever. Fuck.
When you're getting news off of TikTok, you're getting primary, unbiased, like, first person, like, shooting a camera. You can't argue with that,
Yeah, it's no hidden agenda. It's not like a whole broadcasting team, but it's like an individual that's reporting it.
Exactly.
So it's private based. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a big part, because I don't know how people could watch news today. They all have their hidden agendas, just trying to mold you towards like what they believe. Like if it's some politics shit, like Fox being more conservative based or NBC being more liberal and all that, and they all have their own agendas, and you're loyal to this station, therefore you are this type of person, and all this other shit.
Absolutely.
Well, all the news sources are trying to do is just divide the people against each other, because the government knows that if the people were united, then they wouldn't be able to get anything over on us.
That's really the stem of it, because yes, like divided we fall, and together we're unstoppable. And it is the main people that I wouldn't say against, but the main people that are trying to restrain us are those 1%ers. Though it's not just the government, but yes, but it's those like the Rockefellers and those Fortune 500s and
Yeah.
the people, the rich to stay rich, the wealthy to stay wealthy and stuff.
It used
'Cause
to
they
be
need
a
workers.
government for the people, by the people, but now it's a government by the corporations for the
Mm.
corporations.
Facts.
Bomb.
Bombs indeed, man. Right? I need to get a soundboard, to be honest with you.
Do
I
it.
do need to get
Do
that
it.
soundboard, man, so I can just
That'll be
have-
a good addition.
Yeah, exactly. Because I got all these little links on my phone. I can play stuff. Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely true. Oh man. Let me see. Another question. Because even though it was supposed to be like a dating question, but we kind of just went on another tangent.
We just
But
go where we go, bro.
That's
We can't
kind of
even.
how it goes, though. That is how it goes.
That's how our conversations go in real life. Can't expect anything different here.
Facts, bro. Facts. So, I was gonna say, because this is actually like a freestyle. Okay. I was gonna. How do y'all feel about modern dating in general? Like, how do y'all see it? Like,
I think the problem is that most people are judging the majority based on looking in the wrong location. Because people are going out to clubs and bars,
exactly.
and you're not going to find a wife out in a club or a bar. If you want to find somebody that actually has morals and values, then you need to find somebody that has drive and motivation, and they're all probably in
Whole
college or
Foods.
have their own businesses.
Whole Foods. Whole Foods. College. See, here's the thing about college. Like, I used to say college was a good option, but nowadays, like, how they made, like, college is, like, super, like, on this feminist type of shit. Like, you know, like.
I don't know. Texas A&M is definitely not.
Well, you know what? I have been out of school for some years, and I'm just going off of what I see from a broader scale, like, you know, from the outside in.
No,
And
you're right.
Texas colleges is probably different than like most other colleges.
No, U of H is bad.
Oh, see, there you go. So Texas A&M is still like traditional to a degree, conservative, I guess, but U of H is like super free spirited, liberal, like hookup culture and all that shit.
It's
as
Houston,
well.
though.
Yeah, it is Houston. Yeah, Houston. People
You're out in College
don't.
Station. There's not
Yeah.
much out there.
Well, people don't know, man. Houston is like the southern LA or Miami or New York and all that stuff. Like, it is like number 4 largest city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Massive.
it does have its own agendas like Atlanta and all that stuff.
Facts.
There's a lot of shit going on in this city. Yeah, a lot of wild shit. Like, we're all in the rave scene, like EDM music and everything. And the shit that we see and the people we know and the type of shit that they be on, and it's wild out there.
Yeah.
That's why I always try to be a beacon of light and safety.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody feels like they're threatened, they know they can run to me, and I'm gonna keep them safe.
That's
100%.
facts. That's facts. Even Kevin, I early on getting to know him, I call him Red Ranger because like he's like the leader of the Power Rangers, and he makes sure all the other Rangers are good. You know.
Yeah, I'm Rave Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Rave Dad, exactly,
Got
just
the
like
most
that.
experience.
And then, but like what I be seeing out there in society, I'm not gonna lie, it's somewhat like scares me. Like, I don't know if I want to date.
It's definitely concerning.
Yeah, man. It's like, and then like even just hooking up, like I'm more of a serious relationship type of person. I tried the hookup thing, and that shit got old for me fast. So I don't really care for
substance,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no connection.
None. And then
The illusion of choice.
man, and like it's like
Ooh.
the more illusion of choice. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to put that one in my whole memory bank. Illusion of choice.
Illusion of choice.
Yeah,
everywhere,
because
not
like
even just in that.
yeah,
No
bro.
one tries to connect with each other anymore. It's just all superficial and transactional.
Man, it's like y'all are taking the words out of my mouth.
And dude, that's one of the major differences I've noticed. But actually, I shouldn't be talking like differences between like clubs by name and shit. I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, maybe. Well, it depends because
I
You
don't.
might be-
I don't want to like accidentally.
Yeah, well, like not saying like slandering the club, but we could give clubs and venues and stuff shout outs like in a positive way.
Right.
Like, shouts to 9 p.m. Shouts to Purple Hippo. We got people that work in there. Shouts to Johnny. Shouts to Pat. Shouts to Julian. I go on and on and on and stuff like that. Shit like that. More positive.
I'll
But
just say that there's certain clubs that I go to because I enjoy the like plur atmosphere, and there's certain clubs that I avoid because the security is kind of.
yeah, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, fuck Stereo's employees.
I was gonna say
Stereo
anything.
Live, y'all employees suck.
That's why I love
police,
Horton, bro.
Please don't be doing shit. Hey, y'all, look, you can be politically correct, Jeremy. I'm not like that's not for you to be slandering, but that's why I'm the host of the show. Is my platform and all that shit. And
Lord.
like Stereo used to be dope, and then it closed down, came back, and it's like booty. I'm gonna be straight up, man. I don't know what y'all doing out there. Y'all just hiring people just to hire people, save money or some shit. They don't give a fuck about the people that are in there. I'm just gonna be straight up. Y'all tripping, man.
Yeah, you'll be power tripping consistently.
Yeah, exactly. It's a power trip too. They got a little security badge or and then working and stuff. They just think they could just treat you any which way. Like, bitch, I think who the fuck is you?
Well, for
Like,
me, I'm a flow artist. I do poi and gloving, and
yeah,
that's stereo.
true.
You can't do either of those.
I've never noticed that, but it's true. I don't see no one glove.
No, it's against the rules.
Wow, what the fuck? See, I need someone to show this to Stereo at this point right here. We're gonna clip this shit. Y'all need to get y'all shit together, dog.
No, you would definitely get a lot more business if you allowed flow toys in there.
I'm saying because like the Stereo is like the most known venue in the whole EDM overall. Like if you include house and everything, like it's the most known one. It's the like, but then y'all have all this bullshit rules, petty shit. Like I remember one time I went to Stereo and they took my eye drops out my fanny pack. They kept my eye drops. Eye drops?
I dropped.
Oh yeah, because I put some ketamine in my eye drops. I like to burn my eyes when I put them in. So what the fuck? Eye drops? I can't even see nasal spray. Eye drops?
Yeah, I will say this: they've had a lot of issues with cops in the past, so that's why they're so strict on the rules.
Okay.
But they went overboard with
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it makes a valid point, but like you said, like then you could get egregious with it though.
I dropped.
Eye drops, bro. Eye drops.
It turned into a military state in that bitch.
Bro, what? They got a certain standard in there and shit, and procedures and all that shit. What the fuck? These fools acting like they're top flight security of the world and everything. Fools tripping, man.
I mean, I don't mind the rules and stuff. I just think that they should allow flow toys. That's my thing.
I never knew that, but then whenever I think about it, every time I've been in Stereo, ain't none of that going on. And it's like,
And for me, I'm not even gonna go out to a venue if I can't do that because
exactly.
that's how I express my soul, bro.
Exactly. As a fellow artist myself, like how you express, how do you like you go out to have fun and like to release that stress and like escape. You can't even maximize on that experience because they're like restraining you in these ways and there's no legitimate reason why they don't have it. There's no
Especially not
legit.
gloving.
Yeah, exactly. There's like
Gloving takes up no room.
exactly. You're literally doing it. You can still be doing the same shit without the gloves on, with the gloves on. So what the fuck? You can't say it's like a light problem. Like the screens don't already be having a lot of shit going on. The visuals, everything else, and the lighting in general in the venue. So it's like
There's tens of thousands of glovers in Houston alone.
exactly, and like yes, exactly.
Like I'm in the Facebook groups and there's ridiculous amounts of people in there.
And all of them can do that shit at Stereo. Imagine that. Thousands of them can't.
Hit him with the jutsu.
Fire style. I'm like, for real, dog. I'm about to go hit and leaf on the nigga and that shit. God damn, man.
Guy sensei.
Guy sensei. I'm a big Rock Lee guy too, man.
Oh, dude,
Rock Lee, no.
Underrated.
I know, man. The taijutsu specialist, man. Man. Yeah, bro.
What was it, the 7 gates?
Yes, yes.
Eight.
Yeah, 8 Gates.
you're
When
right.
Guy was fighting Madara,
Bro, that's goated.
Dude.
Favorite fight scene.
he almost killed that nigga, bro. After Madara destroyed all them shinobi that one scene, those are like some of the greatest fight scenes when Madara fucks up all them shinobis and when Guy almost murked Madara. Like those scenes are like, oh man, it gets your heart rate up and stuff. Like it's intense. Like oh,
I
that's
just
the
wish
shit.
that Guy like had more fight scenes because
Yeah.
he just got injured. And
yeah,
that was
yeah.
it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true too. They show way more love to Kakashi.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they kind of made it seem like, Guy was just like a scrub to Kakashi in ways too, like a goofy spin-off character too.
I don't know. To me, that just sent like a bad like lesson to the kids. It's like, oh, if I'm not gifted like everybody else, then I'm not capable.
Yeah, you're not as
performing on their
accepted.
level,
You're not as respected. Yeah. Damn, I never looked at it like that. But in a way, yeah. And then the lesson is not a good lesson and a good lesson in some ways because like that lesson of like if you're not good at something, you're not gonna be accepted is true. But at the same time, when you maximize on it, that part is the part that I like that they do because like they're like Rock Lee doesn't use that as his excuse. It maximizes.
Yeah, he trained harder than anybody else.
Exactly.
But then they still like didn't give him the proper representation of the show. That's where I have a problem with it.
That's where you're getting at, and I can't agree with that too.
That's actually a pretty good topic that we can jump on.
Yeah.
There's two different types of mindset. So there's the fixed mindset, which basically states that if you're not good at something, you never will be, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or there's the growth mindset, where you accept that with repetition, you can continuously get better at something. Even if you're not gifted at it, you can still surpass someone that is gifted if you outwork them.
Yeah.
That work ethic.
Yeah. That's what a lot of athletes do. Like basketball players, prime example. Like you could have started off trash, can't shoot, can't dribble, can't do anything, but you put all your time and effort just grinding. And the other person just got it. They already naturally had it. But then, like, next year's trials, that person, you surpassed that person.
Michael Jordan, he wasn't good when he first started.
Yeah, he didn't.
He
got
outworked
cut.
everybody.
Yeah, he got cut his sophomore year in high school and stuff. Yep. And
Hard
that
beats
worked.
talent any day, bro.
Hard work does beat talent any day, bro.
And all of the like most successful musicians, whether it's athletes, anybody, you have to have a certain level. You have to have a certain level of masochism about you. You have to love the grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The journey is the destination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, because like just grinding itself is one thing, but you have to have that passion for the grind. You have to like you fiend for that shit. Like even just the day by day, just the process. You're excited for the process.
And just accepting the delayed gratification, knowing that what you do today, you may not see the results, but knowing that where you're going, that's where you're going to be.
1% better each day, right?
Yep.
Well, someone that's only focused on the end goal will probably end up quitting. But if you're in love with the process, you will get up every single day and do that because that is what brings you purpose in life.
David Goggins mentality, stay hard.
Hey, nice. Shout out to David Goggins, man.
Yeah.
Pull-up champ, man. That fool there, David Goggins, over 300. Joined the Navy, black man. Only 37 black people in the Navy. And he just kept going and going, man. If y'all want some motivation, watch David Goggins, man.
A true inspiration, bro.
Exactly.
Listen or read his books. It explains his whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Can't Hurt Me.
Agreed. That's the name of it?
That's the name of his first book, and man, it's an eye-opening book.
Listen to the audiobook.
He doesn't hold back.
Yeah, I'm an audiobook guy too.
Same.
No, because he reads it himself. So.
Oh, it's his voice. Oh,
he does
his
it
voice
in a
is so...
He does it in a podcast style too. So he'll read the book and then he'll have a conversation about what he just read.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not actually written down in the book. So
yeah,
that man is like mystical, man. he's different, man. Much respect to Goggins, man. Let's see what else. Let me see what else. Do y'all have any questions right now, or that y'all want Like anything that's
Uh,
been on your mind and you want to express?
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a breathing guy. The
I-
breathing
How did I
exercises.
forget to
My
talk about that?
breathing
Because like while we were
exercises.
talking about the spiritual stuff, I'm like, you're a big breathing exercise type of person
Yeah.
too. While we were talking about meditation and
So shout
let's
out to
get
Wim
into
Wim
that.
Hof.
Hof.
Shout out to Wim Hof and
Yeah,
the breathing
Wim Hof. Yeah,
exercises.
you put me on with Wim Hof too. I started following. I subscribed to his YouTube and followed him on Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah,
He's a GOAT. He has over 27 world records. So the way that his breathing exercises work is that he'll do full breaths in and then halfway out. He'll do 30 rounds of that. Well, you can do 30 to 50. Then you hold your breath without with any air in your lungs, and you time yourself. See how long you can go without any air in your lungs. Then once you do need to breathe again, then you breathe in all the way and then you hold it for 15 seconds, and that's one set.
If
And
you
you're
do it,
basically training your
I
body.
know, Beast. That's our producer in the back, Beast Too Saucy. Yeah, we're gonna get him a mic too. But yeah, nonetheless,
but
like it's just impressive
Yeah,
how.
I could name some of the things that he's done with the breathing exercise. So it's two parts: the breathing exercise and then the cold exposure therapy. What that does is that trains your immune system, and it helps you overcome all forms of stress, chemical, emotional, and physical.
Mhm.
And he's ran a half marathon beyond the polar ice caps in nothing but just shorts. He swam under the length of a frozen ocean with one breath. He almost didn't make it because his eyelids froze over.
Oh yeah, off of the pressure.
Yeah, off of the cold.
Yeah.
if you
Shit.
do the breathing exercises correctly, it also starts to produce like minute amounts of DMT in the brain.
It does.
Yeah,
It
I
does.
remember y'all telling me about that as well. Kind of feels like a whippet or something. Huh?
It does.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
Yeah, about that. It feels like a yeah.
Yeah. It also
What
helps
that?
you meditate. It gets you into a meditative state.
Yeah, yes. Of course, while you're meditating, you could be working on your
Regular
breathing
breathing.
exercises.
That's one.
Exactly.
That's actually a major point in
They're
the meditation
intertwined.
is becoming one with your breath. He explains that the first thing that we do when we come into this world is we breathe. It's also the last thing we do when we leave.
Mm.
Wisdom talk. Y'all here. Shout out to this podcast, man. Sheesh. All right, guys. So this one, I know, right? It's so much knowledge being dropped on this one. It's one of these Joe Rogan episodes, man. We got some philosophers on the panel, man. So, I seen this one thing. So, in the reflection to inflation, there's hopeflation. I've seen this thing. It was like and it's on this podcast I watched called Virant Money or something like that. I think they're like in Miami, but it's like also it's like a bit it's like a professional like money making type of podcast. And it's like a reflection on especially in modern day that whenever like right now we're going inflation's prices are going up everything. In return, when women also have their benefits of sexualizing themselves. Therefore, when times get hard and money is tight, they start doing promiscuous activities like OF, like OnlyFans, and sexual working, sex working, and all that stuff. Wherever the fuck they have to do to get that change for that, something strange for that piece of change. And in a way, it's creating more. It's not helping whenever like people are enabling. They're like, you go queen, and yes, bitch, and all that shit, slay, and all that stuff, and like they're condoning bad behavior and
It's just society in general is over sexualized. We place too much
Yeah.
emphasis on sex.
yes,
It
exactly,
takes away the connection and the humanism out of it.
exactly, because like going back to the whole hookup culture and like the race and seeing how people are in general in our society is that you lose pair bonding, you lose a way to like actually connect with someone long term, like someone you possibly could consider to marry or have children with, start a family with and stuff. And when you have all these bodies and it's like it's just gonna confuse your mind and your psyche and everything and your
People aren't
priorities.
able to genuinely connect with each other because they think
that
they can just find somebody else better to
Yeah.
replace them instantly. They
Hypergamy.
don't try to work things out.
Yeah, exactly. There's no like that's the good selling right there is when you find someone that actually appreciates you and everything and that you make it work and this should be mutual. But yeah, it's like as soon as time get hard, they're looking for an exit. That's why the divorce rates are up and all this other shit. Because like what happened to vows for better or worse, sick or poor, you know, and all that stuff. Like, but as soon as they're not happy, like I've asked the question to people like, is it okay to divorce if you're not happy? And I'm like, no, like marriage is not about being happy. It's a contract. Like it's work.
I think
You're not gonna always be
definitely
happy.
depends.
You want to strive for that, but
It
like,
definitely depends. Nothing is gonna be easy. All the best relationships have their hardships,
mhm,
but if it's just because you're not happy, then you got to find out why. What is there something
Exactly.
that you can do to fix it?
exactly.
Because it's all about fixing it. You don't throw something away just because you're not happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think divorce is only for unfixable problems. And if you're
Mhm.
actually like in
Like
danger,
Yeah.
abuse, like
Yeah.
abuse problems or something
Exactly.
like that.
Like yes, it's like drastic measures like abuse, like ongoing abuse too, and like you seek help and nothing's helping. You gotta do what you gotta do, or like
you know,
ongoing like infidelity, like just cheating, trying to work on it, but you still keep cheating, and like it should be extremes because like it's vows and like you honor those vows. It's like what happened in tradition,
I definitely think it's an agenda being pushed because when a man and a woman do have a successful relationship, there is so much good that they could cause in the world.
Yeah,
But since they are trying to keep people separate,
Yeah,
like we aren't able to have functional families.
the most powerful thing is the family unit.
exactly. It's like no one gender, like male or female, is better than the other. We need each other.
Yup.
It's that unity. Like they're trying to keep us separate, talking about all this toxic masculinity and all this other
Feminism.
feminism and just all this other stuff. Or like you have these beta guys and
I mean,
simps and like it's just like all these things are just pushing us away more and more away from each other. And
this
all
isn't a new
these
thing though. Like even back in the 1980s, the CIA with crack breaking.
Ronald Reagan
units.
with the crack
Yeah.
era and stuff. Yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. They just find new ways to try to keep us separated.
Yep.
And now it's the whole gender war. That's the current
Yup.
thing. It's the gender war. At first, it was a drug epidemic, and
They want us
Yeah.
fighting each other, so we're not fighting the actual
Yeah.
problem.
They're just trying to
Exactly.
fight us at every corner they can.
yeah, man, exactly. Keep us distracted from the real issues and stuff that's going on.
Bomb.
Facts, man. Damn. Yeah, y'all are making this go easy. Hold on, let me.
Thank you for having us on, bro. It's
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man.
Yeah,
I
this is
love
such
this.
an honor.
Hey, damn, man. I appreciate that. I said it was only a matter of time that y'all would be on and stuff,
like
I'm just trying to go ahead.
I just love this because this is what our community needs is people talking about real stuff and not
Exactly.
being censored for it, not having fear of having an opinion.
Exactly, man. Because like we all post on Facebook and stuff, and you can see by the traction of our post and like the reactions that we're too real sometimes. And,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it makes people feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't want to react to it because then they might look bad because they're reacting to something that is real. Yeah, exactly. It's controversial and like they want to be politically correct and safe.
I blame cancel culture. It's put everybody in fear of just like having any opinion that's like different from the crowd.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah, it's for real. Like, how would I put it? Like, man, because there's so many of us. Like, even in our circle, like, whenever we have these conversations behind the scenes, everything, like when we're all hanging out privately, and like we all just talking our shit and just seeing what's going on, and it's our peace. And I can say this is our peace. This platform is our peace. I would love to eventually have all of our friends in our circle come on here, talk this shit, wherever even stuff that might be going on in their personal lives and stuff. There's no judgment here. You walk in here, there's no judgment. We all care about one another and want the best for each other.
I
That's how our
definitely
whole-
believe that your vibe attracts your tribe.
Mm. Your
very
vibe
true.
attracts your
Going
tribe.
off of that,
I
that's literally
know.
how our entire friend group is, bro. We are so comfortable of just being ourselves around each other,
For real.
Yeah.
and that's so hard to find these days. And I'm
It
so grateful
is.
for y'all.
It is. Likewise, bro. I got so much love for y'all, man.
Love all y'all, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, facts, man. And like, I like to focus on any and everything. So like, even whenever I'm talking about dating, both men and women are at fault when it comes to like the issues when it comes down to it. Because it's like there's the women that enable bad behavior, but then there's the men that are becoming softer and
Absolutely.
following society and they
Accountability.
accountability.
Both parties have to be accountable
Man.
because if one tries to be accountable but the other one's gaslighting you the whole time, like it ain't gonna work.
You made a post about I was like, nah, that's gaslight right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally that. It's like deflecting blame and like, and lacking self-awareness and just like, playing the victim. And
Yeah.
and just like, yeah, I know I did this, but no, just keep it like, yeah, you did this and you apologize for it and learn where you did wrong and how to do better the next time around.
Well, there's also women like they want the excitement in their life, and they get bored with the nice guy, and
Yeah.
they want to have the guy that treats them like trash.
They like toxic.
For a bit.
They do.
But in
And
the
drama.
process, they also cause a lot of harm to the men that were treating them right. And then these
Exactly.
men feel like they have to embody this
Man.
player personality in order to get women.
I
And
could
it's just
tell
a
you.
vicious cycle of
I could
people
tell
just need
you.
healing, bro.
I could tell you firsthand, Jeremy, that's been like one of my main battles when it comes to dating nowadays. And like actually, it's been like that for a bit of a while. Actually, like as long as I can remember. That part of like when you're nice and you're respectable and consider like they raise us to treat women with respect and kind and everything. But then when you bring that energy to a woman, they think you're weak or boring or soft and all that. And then they want the toxic, the drama, the ones that just emotionally jerk them all over the place. They love that shit. That's the one that, but it's like,
I think us as guys, we have to learn to not overgive ourselves too much too quick.
mhm.
Women have to earn our respect and attention just like we have to earn their affection.
Oh, we need to always stay focused on our purpose because that's what makes us attractive.
Exactly. Like I have a Sigma like mindset where it's like I focus on my goal and as a byproduct, the woman will like acclimate and come and see that and want to gravitate towards that, want to be a part of that and support me in that journey I'm on. Not be a liability, but a tool, addition.
Yeah, someone's just helping
An
you, bro,
asset,
not
yeah.
draining you.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
So like, I like, but then like I would say this. That's what men need to do. We should focus on our goal, focus on our mission, and as a byproduct, everything else will get in line. But I want to say that for women because yes, feminism will preach that, but then like women have a time limit to find that family and start having kids and stuff. Because like we could bust nuts till we die and have kids at 50, 60 and shit. But yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, but like women like
Robert De Niro just had a kid and he's 79.
Boom. Facts. See, boom. Prime example. Perfect example. But like after 35 for a woman, it's good. It could be pretty hard with them eggs going and everything. And you're risking like having a deficient, like, a defective baby and stuff. So I would say the opposite, like literally is opposite. Wherever a man wants in their woman is the opposite from what a woman wants from a man and vice versa. And the way we have to approach life is vice versa because like when a woman's 18 through like 24, their prime is their beauty and their beauty is what is their
The worth.
key. Yeah, is their what?
Worth.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it starts. And then everything else comes along with it. Like, okay, if you're educated or you're having sense, like wherever else about you for a woman, it all starts with your looks. That's what gets you in the door, and then everything else. And if you're just using your looks to like go towards your career, chase your path, and everything else, then you're missing out on that top tier guy that will like love you as like not as seasoned and and trying to get experience dating.
Physicality matters to a point, but you can't overlook morals and character.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. It's just what gets you in the door, and then you still got to get to know the person. Like you can't just be all looks. You gotta have character and stuff, and morals and everything else as well.
Because if you're a liar and a narcissist, that's gonna override your look.
Oh yeah.
No one's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
want to be around you for the
Yeah,
long.
that's only people who gonna entertain that are the simps and the betas, man.
Yeah.
They don't have no other options, desperate as fuck.
Yeah.
Because anyone that has any self respect is not gonna tolerate that.
Yeah, it's self
Just
abuse.
because you look good.
At that point, self abuse if you let yourself
Yeah.
do that.
Exactly. Self inflicted indeed. Yeah.
Like for me, whether it's a relationship, whether it's my friendships, whether it's even my family, like it's all about morals and values. If you don't have that, then I don't want you around me.
For real. Bro. I'm all with integrity and stuff. I agree as well. And by the way, women, it doesn't mean that y'all have to just depend on men, don't work or anything. You can still be a career woman. And to be honest, when it comes to like working in professional world, after all, that's not your looks. You can always get into your career after you found that man. You can start working at 30 or wherever after you had like 2 kids and you're married and stuff. You can start working and doing what you always wanted to do then. But at least you don't have to worry about that.
I think when it comes down to actual happiness, women would be happier if they built a family than
Mhm.
building an empire.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to get at. Prioritize the family and then the empire because like the empire is always as long as you're alive you can always build that. But like you have a finite amount of time to build that family. And they keep prioritizing and there's another statistic that they're saying like the way things are going right now by 2030 50% of women will be single like and not have kids. Well, it's really this is that they won't 50% of women 30 or under will not have any kids. Like single, no kids. Yeah. By 2030, the way it's going right now.
Everybody trying to live their best life.
Yeah, exactly. And that's until the wall comes and hits them in the face. And now they're in like panic mode trying to find a man. Those same men that they were turning down are going to remember that you turned them down and you got ran through all them Chads and Tyrones and Pookie and Ray Rays. And some guys are gonna take you because they don't have no other options, but some guys are gonna be like, bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. And why would I take you? Like why I remember when you were dissing me and now you want me because you're divorced with a child and no one else wants you and shit.
And guys' worth as they get older grows. We work on
Yeah.
ourselves constantly. And not saying all women, but most women don't work on themselves. So their
Mhm.
value goes down.
Exactly. Facts.
It's just a scary statistic though, because it's like,
I know.
you know, society's agenda is coming to fruition because that's what they want is to
Yeah.
break up the family unit.
Yeah. Dude, there's in this current time 79% of kids are coming from single parent households. That's sad, bro. Single parent household. That's
and,
pretty much.
And like that's how we as kids, when we have a father figure, we learn the masculinity aspect. And we have a
Exactly.
mother, we learn the femininity aspect.
Yep.
But if it's coming from a single parent household, where are we learning the other that we're not getting at
Exactly.
home?
Exactly. That's what happens to a lot of these people is that you'll notice that a lot of these soft men, they're coming from single moms. They never had that male figure to discipline them and teach them how to be a stoic man.
Yeah.
So that's why their emotions get the best of them. They're sporadic. A lot of them end up in prison or mass shootings and all this other stuff because they never checked that shit.
Emotionally unintelligent.
Yeah, exactly. Emotionally unintelligent.
Like, ask any of these kids. Nothing's scarier than I'm gonna tell your daddy.
Yeah, exactly. That man, I remember that. I remember that. That's one of those times when this badass, energetic ass kid would actually straighten up for a little bit. When I hear tell your dad,
we all start acting right once we hear those words.
Don't. Exactly.
You
Please
go
don't.
pick a switch, boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh my God, don't remind me. Like, yeah, and then like even single fathers, even though they do better than single moms, you still need that mom because like that father is just gonna be this hard ass disciplinarian, and like you never had that true love and nurture and that affection and everything. And then now you're emotionless.
I mean,
Yes,
my dad
exactly.
did the best he could, but he also didn't have that growing up because his dad was an abusive drunk, and
Yeah,
his mom wasn't really there and everything, and he
I
he
got
moved out when he was in high school, lived with his best friend and stuff. He
mm,
he, he was working, going to high school, working, going to college. He made it. Originally he was gonna go to med school and become a doctor. He was like 2 years into it. He switched and became an engineer, which is
mm.
ironically
Irony.
pretty much exactly
Sounds
what I did.
familiar. Like father, like son, huh? So your dad was in your life, and he like he raised you, huh?
Yeah, it's just me and my dad.
Yeah, because until like your mom was there until she passed and everything.
Yeah.
So I could relate to you there too. Even though like my dad passed when I was an adult, I could relate to like losing a parent and all that in that sense. And yeah, I would say this about your dad, and what you just told me right now is that because of his trials and tribulation and overcoming, that plays the effect of how he raised you as well.
100%.
Because like he's not like most other fathers and would just have that macho side. I'm sure he showed you that other side too. Like
He's just trying to do better than what he was given.
And I
exactly.
think we all have to give our parents more credit than we did because they were doing the best of what they had at the
Yeah.
time. We
All,
never know what they were going through.
all of our parents are foreign.
Yeah.
All of our parents, even his, like he's
Ooh.
Nigerian.
I didn't know.
I'm Cameroonian. Yeah, all of our parents are foreign on this panel right now. We all come from immigrant parents that were not born here, and they had to make shit shake.
Start a new life in a different
Yeah,
country that they never
exactly.
been there with no people that they haven't known.
Yeah, and what they done to get us to bring us into this world and get us to this point, we gotta show that appreciation. And
Yeah.
like it was tough.
Every day.
Exactly, it was some tough love. It was definitely tough love a lot of the times, and we used to question a lot of things. But then as we gotten older, we could see that appreciation and then not take it for granted.
And like traumas can be passed down genetically. So we all have generational
Yeah,
problems that we have to work through
yeah,
and we have to
exactly.
heal. But they didn't just give us traumas, they gave us gifts too. Their strength is also in our
Mhm.
genes too.
Thanks,
So we got to be
bro.
grateful for that as well.
No, there's like actual like scientific research and studies on that. Like they studied the generations that came after the Holocaust Jews, and majority of them have like depression that's like
Damn.
doesn't come from anything that's in their life.
Because like I used to hear about like, is trauma hereditary? Does it pass on?
It can, yeah.
And yeah, it's like yeah. The
And
more I hear about it, yeah.
that's another reason why I got into the Joe Dispenza thing. Cause so let me break it down for you real quick. This is
Yeah, go ahead.
another little thing.
Break it down.
So thoughts are the language of the mind of our brain,
Mhm.
and then emotions are the language of the body. So emotions are energy in motion.
Mhm.
So different emotions have different frequencies. But if you have lower survival emotions and they can get stuck in the body and they cause disease, they cause your DNA to downregulate, which causes disease. But you can also intentionally upregulate those genes and make them healthier with conscious practice.
Exactly.
If
Wow.
you've ever gone for like a deep tissue massage and you've had like a really bad knot that's stuck in your back, a lot of times when they finally get the knot out, a lot of people cry because it's that emotion being released.
The energy being
Damn.
released, yep.
Damn. I never thought of that.
And certain emotions can cause certain different parts of the body to have tension and get knotted up. So whenever you go into deep tissue massage or go to the chiropractor to get adjusted, when you release that, it helps the energy flow.
Mm.
And that goes back to the chakras, because our chakras can get stuck and stagnant and the energy stops flowing. But then when you open them back up and the energy starts flowing, you become more whole and more healthy.
Sheesh. Wow. It's like y'all are on the same page as well, dog. Y'all
Yeah,
look
no, like
into
that's
the
literally why this man is my best friend.
similar mindset as far as like the information y'all have. That's nice as hell. That's dope as fuck. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Now, like this friend group that we have is like the first time that I've never like gotten tired of hanging out with people.
Yeah.
Usually, like people drain my social battery, but I'm just chilling with y'all.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. There's certain people that like drain your energy, and then there's certain people that give you energy, and those are the people that you want to be around.
I agree 100%. That's why like the hardest part is whenever we gotta separate, like when we gotta go our separate
I think
ways.
that's why we hang out so late because nobody
Yeah,
wants to leave.
we're
We're
like,
all
man,
vibing.
like I'll be like it'll be like 4 or 5, and I'm like, man, guys, I know we should be calling it, but I'm still having fun.
Right.
I'm like, damn, every time, man.
Bro, there was one day where we went all the way till noon, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That was the same time at Terry's.
Yeah.
And that was before I shot the first episode. I'm telling you, bro. And I was like, bro, y'all gotta, and I was like, y'all gotta be on because this is the type of shit that we were talking about before that first episode is what we're doing right now. We spoke into existence, man.
Yep.
And that's the best part is that, like, you know, it's manifesting, you know? That's the best part is like you say something, because most people say shit, they ain't about it, they don't follow through.
Yeah.
The best part is when you follow through, you get the result and you see it happening before your very eyes. You're like, man, you remember when I was just talking about this?
Yeah.
And now we're doing it? Like, man,
Yeah.
that's, man.
Bro, this
You gotta
platform
walk
is
while
a
you talk.
blessing.
Yep,
You gotta walk while you talk.
for real. Like it, tuck.
Bomb.
Bomb. Man, I need more sounds, man. I wasn't hitting so many sounds. Look, I'm going to just do this one real quick. For real though. Let me see. We still got some time. Oh,
What you got?
that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. You said that thing to me, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. That's why I was like, okay. Longest relationship? We don't have to get into it with that. Just like
Is there like a button I can press, like skip? Like,
oh wait, I got a little song.
Let's just say I have better luck with friendships.
Dude, I think that might be one of our common denominators too. Like,
oh, true.
it's like, man, I don't think any of us. Wait. There you go. But yeah, I don't think any of us like fucking relationships, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
you know what? I regret asking that question. I know Beast could agree too. Like, fuck. Yeah, man. And what's that say about the society of the dating world and everything, man? Because would y'all like, do we seem like bad people, like bad guys? You know, like come on. So
bringing everything full circle. I like.
Yeah, man. For real, it's straight up. It's like we try, we have good intentions, you know.
I think it's also self-respecting because you shouldn't tolerate things that aren't for your highest good. So whenever you see someone acting out of line, it's only self-care to cut it off because you know you're just causing yourself harm if you entertain red flags.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
A relationship can only be successful with reciprocity when there's equal give and take.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it has to be mutual. Both have to be willing to do what it takes to make it work. You know, by any means necessary. It's a grind within itself, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have to, like, beg you to show me love in any type of way.
Man.
If I'm giving my all to you, you know?
Yeah, chasing women is the beginning and the end. Because when she knows she has that type of control, she's going to take advantage of it and, like, you know, and not respect it. And once that respect is gone, it's over. You might as well.
Guys shouldn't be chasing women anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
High value men don't chase women because they know what they got.
Exactly. They have abundance of options and stuff. Yeah. And it's about her, like I said earlier, like coming to your life and making that impact, showing you her worth and everything else. That's why, like, even when women would be like, I did everything for him and he still didn't take me seriously, I'm like, well, what did you do? And it's like usually like, you know, they slept with him and like, you know, just did like anything that they would want. They did that for that guy, but they don't know that men and women are different. And like when you sleep with a guy, but did you like make him coffee in the morning or something? Or like did you like Did you see something wrong with his place after you slept with him, and like you bought him something, or you cleaned up or something? Like
I've had
it's just those
girls,
extra miles.
yeah,
You
I've
know?
had girls do the bare minimum and said that they did everything for me.
Yeah,
It's like that's
exactly my point.
gaslighting stuff right there.
That's exactly my point, man. They just think their presence is doing everything,
Yeah.
or just like having sex is doing everything. But sex is mutual.
Historically, it's always been this way, though. Like even Proverbs 31 says, like, don't chase after women because they will bring a king to ruin.
Exactly. That's ancient scripture too, right there. Since the beginning of time, because like, man, it's like it's only in modern times that it's like they put all that stuff on TV and movies and everything else, and like if you work for it, you'll get at the end and all this other stuff, and like chasing that girl, and yeah, she might not want you now, but at the end you'll be there waiting for her, and that's a lot of times why the girls think that they could go through their whole phase, or they could get more experience dating guys, and then they think there's gonna be that nice guy at the end, Prince Charming, and swoop him up and save him.
Yep.
And man, it's just a road of destruction though, long term.
Honestly, it's all a gaslighting thing that women use to control you because I thought that my ex was the best that I could do because that's what she convinced me of.
Hmm.
But since I've been single, I've had so many women approach me and like give me their numbers and Instagrams and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like
Especially in this modern day, women are bold, man.
Yeah.
forward,
They
but I
are
like it.
direct, man.
They are.
I'm still getting used to it my damn self, man.
I like a straightforward woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I know it's no games. Like I always say this, like the only games I play is my console. So like
Yeah,
I don't
no,
like playing that cat and mouse shit. Like I'm not with the games or dating and shit. Like man, like I'm just gonna be straight up. Straight up, I like you.
you just lay your cards out on the table. You like it or you don't.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm gotten to a point where it don't take me long for me to move on. Like if you fuck with, you fuck with. If you don't, on to the next. Like seriously, it's too many out there to just be stuck on one. And like I'm gonna be stuck on my friends because at least my friends mutually care about me just as much. But I don't know about this girl that I just find hot and I just want her and shit. That's not the same. That's not reciprocating and shit. I don't know that yet.
Well,
Even more than chemistry, you got to be compatible as well.
Yeah,
You can't just
exactly.
be physically attracted to somebody.
Exactly.
Y'all have to complement each other.
That's what it is.
Y'all
bro.
don't have to be exactly alike, but y'all have to have things in common that are definitely gonna add to the relationship.
Yeah, it's like filling in the holes of your weaknesses, like and vice versa. Like wherever her weaknesses are your strengths, and wherever your weaknesses are is her strengths. And like you fill in those holes. And like let's say I'm not the most cleanly type of person, and she just keeps everything clean. But then like she's not the most structured or organized. So I'm more like punctual and about
good at planning.
and planning and shit like that and all that. And then like boom, now we're both better because we have each other looking out for those deficiencies.
That's the way it should be, ideally.
Yeah, that's exactly. And that's the goal. I'm sure that's the common goal for all of us to find something like that, but that's just so rare.
It's a mindset
So
thing,
rare.
though.
Yeah.
Because if you think it's rare, then your reality will become that.
You know
But
what?
if you tell yourself there's an abundance out there and everything that you want and need is gonna find you in divine timing, it will. You just
It-
gotta trust, bro.
That is true. That's one thing I do personally gotta work on. I do have my experiences and then just base it on the masses. Not like nothing's absolute, nothing's zero, nothing's 50-50. There's majorities and minorities. But then I will focus on like that negative majority and just say that's the issue. That's the issue instead of like manifesting like speaking it into existence, going for it, striving for that, putting myself in the right position at the right time for that opportunity.
Have an abundance mentality instead of a
exactly.
lack mentality.
That
Exactly.
negativity is like a poison, though, because once you get into that mindset, you start believing that there's
Yeah.
not the opportunities out there,
It'll
so you
consume
don't even
you.
put yourself out there. So obviously, you're not gonna have the opportunities because you're not even giving yourself a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And we can actually become addicted to certain emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in one of his Joe Dispenza's books, it's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. He basically describes that we have 60 to 70 thoughts a day and 90% of those thoughts are the same as the day before. And if you feel a certain way for a certain amount of time, your brain produces chemicals to feel that emotion, and your body starts craving it. So you can actually get addicted
Wow.
to fear or anger or sadness, and you literally have to retrain yourself to become basically addicted to better emotions that are going to serve you more than the negative emotions.
What you just said, my mom could use that.
Kevin actually got me on this journey, and
Man.
it's an everyday process, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you'll
it's
be
a
good.
lifestyle.
Like, you'll
And
be good for a
it
few days, and then just like one day, everything just hits you like a truck, dude.
Yeah.
But it's good to have people that hold you accountable, and everybody needs that in their life because they'll tell you like, "Hey, you're doing it again," and
Bro.
get you back on track.
Yeah, that's Kevin right there. He's gonna hold you accountable, dog. Kevin ain't letting that shit slip. Dog. Hey, bro, you
'Cause
tripping, homie.
it's a
Like,
two-way thing. So you'll think thoughts that make you feel sad, and then you'll feel sad, so you'll think thoughts that make you sad.
yeah,
And it'll be like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's
Negative
just like a
feedback loop.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, like what we're talking about right now. My mom could really use that. She would let like negative thoughts and fear and stuff like that consume her.
And the thing is
Yeah,
that
man.
we are so unconscious throughout the day. It's to me, it was described as a computer program. We don't even know it's running in the background. It's just who we are every day. We don't even take a
Damn.
minute to realize, take a pause and just be like, what am I thinking about right now?
It's like
Bro.
walking
Why
with
do I
a
feel
blind
this
spot.
way? Because sometimes you'll be feeling sad for no reason, and you're like, wait, why am I sad? I have so much to be grateful for.
Damn.
Instead of focusing on the stuff that we should be grateful for, we focus on the things that are making us sad or what we're lacking instead of what we have.
Yeah,
Bomb.
counting your blessings, bombs. Indeed. Hey, you're the soundboard right now. Bombs. Bombs. It's so
And
subtle with me.
what you appreciate appreciates. So when you focus on the things to be grateful, life gives you more things to be grateful for.
hmm Damn. Because like I could, as an example, like there'll be times where it's busy at work, and I can let it get to me, and like people can see like by my body language, like I'm pissed, annoyed, and stressed.
It's so easy. And
Yeah.
the way it was described to me was like you go unconscious. Whenever you feel an emotion that you aren't consciously aware of, you're going unconscious. So what meditation does is that it trains your awareness so you can catch yourself whenever you are feeling a certain way, and you be like, wait, instead of feeling like this, I can choose to feel like this.
Joe
Remaining
Dispenza,
calm.
breaking the habit of being yourself.
God damn. Damn. Yeah, Joe Dispenza. I'm about to be looking into that after this podcast for sure.
Yeah.
Joe Dispenza.
I feel like it should be taught in schools. Everybody should know how to emotionally regulate themselves because that's what he does. He teaches you how to emotionally regulate yourself.
Instead of what the type of shit that they be teaching in some of these schools, that is some vital that they could teach at all schools.
Yeah, because I mean, a
Sure.
lot of crimes are committed by people that don't know how to emotionally
Yeah.
regulate themselves.
Yeah,
They get blinded by rage.
exactly. Yep. Even red pill rage when people when like they're actual misogynists, which is hatred of women, and they like actually have strong disdain towards women because of what they've gone through or their lack of experience or their lack of willingness to put themselves out there, and they just want to hate, 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 hate.
I would say we care about women because we're trying to
Exactly.
bring awareness to it so that way they can understand our side
Yes.
instead of them not knowing of how we
Man.
feel about it.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Shouts to Andrew
Yeah.
Tate too,
Yeah.
because they slander that man's name. They ignore all the good clips when he's praising
Yeah.
women.
He's a
And,
very
no,
smart man.
Exactly.
He
He
actually-
has a high IQ too.
Yeah, he tries to put everybody on game, but the way that he does his marketing, he's very controversial.
Yeah,
so
of
a lot of
course.
people love to hate him.
Of course,
But he's
He does
smart
that on
for doing it that
purpose.
way.
but it's just like how Myron Gaines has that "Why Women Deserve Less" book, and when you hear that thumbnail, you hear that it's like "Why Women Deserve Less." Like, what the fuck? What are you trying to say?
But it makes
And
you click on it.
it's a click, exactly. It's enticing. It's like a thumbnail. It's like you want to look into it, like Jamie would on Joe Rogan. Look into it,
Mhm.
Jamie. So like when you look into it, it's really about stop simping, stop pedestalizing women that don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, it's about like not chasing, like knowing your own worth. That's really the concept of it, and it's that same concept right there that you're referring to.
It's just respecting yourself and respecting everybody else. That's
Yeah,
it.
man.
Down to basics.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what whenever we're talking about women, it's like women are supposed to like cherish their bodies and not just like give it out to the world, and it's not for just that random guy that you find attractive to just open your legs to, because that's just like harming you in long term when you are ready to settle down and find that future.
Yeah, and sex
Uh,
is an exchange of energy. So if you
exactly.
let different people into your energy field, that can affect you in
Yeah,
negative ways.
you're taking some of the energy. All these
Yeah.
different energies are a part of you now.
Yep.
Exactly, and
Not
then
only that, it's like it releases so much dopamine. If you're
yes,
doing it all the time, it takes away your drive towards your purpose.
exactly, exactly. It's time consuming as
It's
well.
like a drug, bro.
Yeah, it is like a
It is.
dopamine, right? Exactly like that, man. And like you said, it distracts you off your purpose, and you're prioritizing that. That's consuming your brain instead of what you got to get done towards your success. And yeah, it is definitely a big. It's a lot of times how a lot of people fall off. Like there's that. It is like that dude was gonna go pro football, but then he had a baby his senior year of high school and shit like that, and now he's working at Target.
Damn.
Shit like that,
Yep.
because just priorities were jacked instead of just focusing on getting to college, getting that full ride, going towards that degree, but still trying to go pro and everything. Will just keep it staying focused,
I think
whatever it is.
a lot of the problem that stems from is like not having a goal.
Mhm.
People are just living day to day, distracting themselves day to day, trying to get to the next day instead of
Yeah,
thinking 10 steps ahead, 10 years ahead, trying to work towards something. Because where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So if you don't start with the end in mind, just living day by day, you're not going
yeah,
to go anywhere.
for real. Like it's literally what she just said with the living day by day. Like they're not envisioning where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? Where do I even want to be next year? It's just like day by day, just going through the motions, free spirit, no plan, just like on the whim, wherever the wind takes me.
It's like having a map with no X on the spot. Where are you going to go?
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
like it doesn't need to be anything like super specific. The way that I like to do it is I want to think about where I want to be when I'm like 70, 80, and I'll think about all the steps I need to go through years through back all through the decades, and I'll think about, okay, so I could be doing this right now to get me on that stepping stone, so I can be building capital, so I can start investing in businesses, so I can start getting real estate, so I can start having passive income, so I can just like have all of this going so that I have money coming in while I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
Because that's the end goal.
yeah, because like when you go that far ahead of thinking, there's so many. Now you by default have all these things that you're gonna have to do in between that time frame of where you are at like your age now to like you said 70. There's a lot of things that you gotta get done, and you have to do it like you have to lay out doing this time and doing this that time and just continuing building up to like that structure future that you plan for, your ideal structured future where you don't have to worry about all that when that time comes. You've been planning and planning like year by year
Yeah.
these goals that you've been setting yourself to get to that point.
A lot of
Yep.
people overestimate what they can get done in a year, but they underestimate what they can get done in 10.
Damn.
Bomb.
I know, man. It's like that's what I'm thinking. I just can't put the words in there. You just bomb. Yes, bro. Sheesh, man. Anything like in recent news that like recent things that's going on in our world that y'all might.
I try to avoid it, to be honest, but I did
Yeah.
hear that on May 6th, May 6th has just passed. Right down here by the border, the U.S. Army and Air Force were doing drills,
They're doing drills.
and I can't confirm because one of my buddies is in the Air Force. He's stationed in El Paso.
He's on the border, man. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that the third. I was gonna have a third guess. Do y'all know Raphael, like Rafa,
Calvino?
yeah, Calvino,
Yeah.
yeah. And his brother Ray, he
I
has
don't
a
know
brother.
Ray.
Yeah, his brother's name is Ray. He's like a border military guy. And he was gonna come on here and talk about that shit.
Mm.
It's crazy you brought that up because I want to get it straight from a military person's
Yeah,
perspective.
I think
No, you know why, though?
Russia
I don't.
and Iran are sending
Russia-
troops to Mexico.
Oh,
Under the guise of fighting the cartel. But, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's always a hidden agenda behind that. There's some money involved in there.
No, it's direct access to the mainland U.S.
Oh yeah, resource wise, and that's why I say There's gonna be a third world war, man.
And Texas is one of the most important
Yeah,
resources of the
hell of
United States
resource,
because
oil and
all the
gas.
oil. There's so much food here, all the
Mhm.
cattle,
The power
like,
grid too.
Yeah,
and
livestock.
and it
Yeah,
has the
power
largest
grids
medical
too.
center
Yeah.
in the entire world.
Facts. Yeah, with all the Texas medical and all that
Yep.
shit. Yeah, UT and everything else. Big
Cancer
medical
Center.
place.
Yep.
Yeah, big medical center place. Yep. I already know. And Texas is gonna be one of those centerpieces of it. Because like as far as our country goes, we are highly resourceful.
I think more than a third of the soldiers in the army come from Texas.
Last week as well in Dallas, there was a
What?
cybersecurity attack on the EMS, police, fire, like their systems. They don't know where it came from.
That's what I was gonna
People are
say. Who do you
saying
think caused that? Like a private hacker, like a
people are
private
saying that
society?
it was a Russian hacker, but
Mm.
it basically put the entire system down. And right after that, there were like 9 threats of like school shootings.
So like you
So
know how
schools
people
like closed down for like the whole week, basically.
because like you know how people would bring Russia into this because you know we've always had our little rivalry with Russia with the Cold War and everything. Don't they have enough on their plate with Ukraine and that war's still going on over a year later?
I don't know. I feel like China is very underground right now because there's been so many.
And you know about them with Taiwan and stuff, huh?
Well, they have like Chinese like police stations here, stationed in the U.S. and Canada, and they just found out about it like not too long ago, a couple months ago.
The fuck?
Yep.
They've had Chinese police stations out here?
Look it up.
Listen-
Check it out.
Oh, I definitely am about to look it up. Damn, bro. Man, stay woke, my people. Wisdom talk. I'm telling you. Shit. That's why, like, I'm not like, that's why I understand your point of, like, you don't like to get into that type of stuff. And I generally don't either. I just like to know, like, general stuff that's going on around us.
Right.
Just to be aware.
I just
I don't really care.
don't
like,
even
passionate
want to
about it.
know half the time because like I can't do anything about it, dude. Like
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's why I like knowing too much for both that reason and knowing too much can sometimes be a bad thing.
certainly not good for your mental health.
Yeah, exactly. So now all this paranoia starts coming in you because you know all this shit that's going on around us, even though you're not a part of it. It's not like your life, but it is in life. You know,
And
in general.
avoiding unnecessary stress is self-care. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, there's things that are outside of your circle of influence and things that are inside of your circle of influence. And the things inside of your circle of influence are things that you can affect directly, that you can do
Exactly.
things about. And those are the things that you should focus on. Anything outside of your circle of influence is just going to stress you out, which is going to downregulate your nervous system and cause stress and create disease.
I had to.
You know, if you can't control it, then it's just something that you know you have to work around. You don't have to like try to change it because you can't.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's like, why don't just prioritize what you have control, like what is in your life, instead of like, I like to care about the community, but
100%.
but like towards something that you can actually make a difference towards. Like if it's out of your control and you just worry and worry and worry, you're not getting no results. But if you can make that impact, like something like this is like for the community.
Yeah.
Us talking like this,
100%.
because there's someone that's gonna watch this that's thinking like us and just can't express it, and like, and it's like eating them up inside, and like, so not everybody has a circle like we do. They don't, or let alone any friends or anything, and like they feel alone, and
Yeah.
that's where
Definitely
shit
know.
like self deletion happens because you know you gotta watch out for YouTube because we can't say certain words
Bomb.
too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like so, like that loneliness, man. Especially like as guys, we have our burden of performance, and like if we don't believe that we're doing enough for our society, and there's not enough people backing us and supporting us and like care about us, that loneliness eats you up, man.
Yep.
To a point where
Know it.
you're like, fuck it, what's the point of living? And you know,
Been there.
That's
exactly,
something
man.
that isn't talked about enough as well.
Yeah, man. Like that awareness is important, man.
Did y'all know that May was Men's Mental Health Month?
Oh, I believe so. Yeah, because like you know, Snapchat be on top of that shit every month.
Yeah, but
I
did
think
you
I've
see
seen that.
anything on TV about it?
No.
Exactly.
No. Damn, man.
They don't care at all.
That's crazy. They want to talk about it all the other months, but then like when it actually matters, where you can actually like focus on that, they just like.
Did you see any parades? Did you see any like community meetings? Did you see anything?
Not at all,
Not
bro.
a single
like,
thing.
Not at all. Like, where is the mental awareness like parades? Like, they have the gay pride parade with no like mental awareness parades. Like, there's a lot of people.
The statistics show that men need it the most.
Yeah.
And there's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like like depression is real, and like and mental illness, and it's really important. It does make a major impact in people's lives, and it could cloud them towards like their goals and like consume them where they aren't as focused because that self doubt is there, and like that, or like just that mental block is just just there, that barrier in the way that they just can't bust down.
I'm pretty sure like the statistics are men are more likely to like actually commit.
Yeah.
And then women are more likely to like
depress. Like or like yeah. So like for women it's more like self harm.
Yeah.
And then like they are the main ones on antidepressants. But like men is this full self deletion.
Like full blown, yeah.
Yeah, they are landsliding that shit.
Yeah.
We're action takers. We take action.
You said what?
We're action takers. Men are action takers. That's our.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. We're go doers. Like is like we are like the more aggressive. We're filled with testosterone. Like we are about that action. Like action speak louder than words, and like be a man about it. And all this.
We have to learn to channel it for something good.
Exactly. Like we're taught not to show our emotions and be more stoic and. And stay focused and lead with logic and everything else,
Yeah.
No, every man needs an avenue in order to get his anger out.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether
we're still
martial
human.
Arts, whether it's like some sort of art form, whether it's like racing, something, dude.
Some escape, something like, if it's dancing or gloving,
gaming,
or working out.
I wouldn't even say it as an escape, but more of like to express yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like when all those emotions build up inside you, they cause people to do irrational things,
Yeah, exactly. It's like a ticking time bomb.
Exactly.
Facts. Oh. Seriously.
Bomb.
I might even like add that bomb as one of the soundboards. It's just Jeremy's voice. Bomb. Bomb. I'm gonna have you just send me a voice of you saying bomb. Okay. And then I'm just gonna have it saved and just ready to go. Bomb. Oh man, dog. Let me see. I got probably like one or two more questions.
I think it's funny, like when shows have like their little memes within them,
Yeah, exactly, bro. Those are the best, bro. Oh man. Let me see.
Yeah, it's funny that this is the 6th episode because I'm big into numerology, and 6 is one of my life numbers.
Damn, it's only meant to be.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Mathematics is the language of the universe. You can do math, you can basically read the universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a big mathematical type of guy too. So yeah. And like as someone I've always been math over like reading and writing. And I've noticed that like as someone I don't read that much. I'll say that's one thing I need to work on is read more. And I hear the Joe Dispensers and all this other stuff and like
leaders are readers, bro.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And I struggle for me.
And I articulate myself this well without even reading that much. Just off of like seeing numbers and putting things together with like numerical numbers and operations and like equations and problem solving capabilities. That's just how I.
So for the viewers that aren't like super big into reading, I would definitely recommend watching like TED Talks. YouTube, like be very selective about what you watch on YouTube because it can be like such a tool for good, or it can just like be such a time drain.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Informational, educational.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Like in college, I don't think I would have passed anything if it weren't for YouTube, especially the organic chemistry tutor.
Yeah.
I learned everything off that channel.
That's how it was with me for Cal 2. I use
Dude.
YouTube big time on calculus too.
Whether it was Chem 1, Chem 2,
Yeah.
freaking like Algebra 2, pre-cal,
Physics
geometry,
to some degrees, physics. Yep.
Cal 1, Cal 2, Cal 3.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Also,
I agree.
I believe like as humans, we are meant to grow and learn. If you're not learning, you're basically not you start dying. You're
Yeah.
not doing anything. So it's very important that we're constantly learning how to do things.
Yeah.
And like learning new things and getting better at things that you're already good at are super important.
Yeah,
That's
because
key too, getting better at things that you're already good at.
I noticed this for a lot of people. Like whenever they get to their profession, they kind of plateau. They settle. They're good.
Yeah.
You know, they get comfortable, and they're not like
Lackadaisical,
they're not
bro.
seeking more knowledge. Exactly, lackadaisical mindset. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm where I want to be now. I'm comfortable. Like I don't need to like seek more knowledge and try to learn new things. I know enough to live. I can
Yeah.
survive now. I'm good. But it's like, why not? Like, there's so much out there to learn, so much information to retain. Knowledge is power. Like literally, the more you know, the better you could be. The most you can maximize your potential of whoever you want to be
Like you could
off
learn
of that knowledge.
24 hours a day and live
Yeah.
like to 110 years old,
Yeah.
and you would still not learn everything there is to learn.
Exactly. Yes. I was like, what are you getting at? I'm like 110. I just heard the number like 110 years old. But yeah, exactly.
I was saying like longer
There's
than the
endless.
average person.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. Yeah, yeah. I would love to live to be 110 though. That's why I was like that.
I would not. It sounds painful.
Well, it depends on how healthy. Like if
Exactly.
you're like
Yeah.
if you're like just like a vegetable and shit, like you know, like
I think
cut,
that's
cut
why
that cord.
I think that's why working out is so important because muscles are the organ of youth. The more muscles you have, the more active that you can be, the longer you're gonna live. It's when you become sedentary and stop moving around where life gets hard. Life gets so much harder if you don't work out.
There was
Yeah.
actually some
Yeah.
research done on this by MIT. They took a group of like 65 to 80-year-old cyclists, and they compared them to the average person, and they had way more antibodies like actually just naturally in their body, and their risk of cancer and dementia and everything were significantly lower than the average person.
It's crazy. 65 through 85-year-old cyclists
Yeah,
in comparison
like
to
they're
like just regular people.
they're like marathon cyclists. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And like, but older,
yeah, dude, 65,
and
80.
they're
like,
still that and like enabled, like they're still able bodied to that extent. Like,
dude, like I think one of the people on there, he didn't even start until he was 71. Like he barely made it up. Like he barely made it around the block when he first started.
damn, man. If that doesn't tell y'all something right there, man. Get in the gym, work out, even if it's just like walking the trail, like do something. Stay active out there. Like these kids nowadays aren't playing outside like that. They just on their little tablets or playing the video game in the crib. And like we used to be outside playing basketball, kickball, something, tag, something. Like man, I used to get in trouble if I don't come inside before that light comes on and shit. Like, damn, man.
Yeah.
It was a dash,
And
man.
you can compare somebody that's like say 60-year-old and they work out every day. They look young. They're
Yeah.
healthy. They're fit. But
Yeah.
someone that's 60 years old that doesn't work out, their back hurts. They
Mhm.
can't even stand up straight. They need a cane.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of problems stem from not being physically fit.
I seen it firsthand with my dad before he passed. Like he was only in his early 60s, and like his 60 wasn't like that most healthy 60.
Yeah.
But then like you see people like Sylvester Stallone, who's 76, still acting in the new Guardians, has a TV show on Paramount or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's still active. 76, active,
That man's moving.
moving.
Yeah.
So it's like it's how you take care of yourself. But remember how much shape he was in Rocky and all that shit.
Yeah.
He had packs on on his ribs. It's
Yeah.
like 12 pack, man. So
Health is wealth, bro.
yeah, health
Yeah,
is wealth,
it is.
man. For real.
It is.
Yes. Just even if you can't do a push up, start somewhere. Like you could do anything. Just start wherever you feel comfortable and just keep going every day.
Yeah.
Take some time out to like get a little workout, do something, get that heart rate up.
When you do the hard things, life becomes easy, but when you do easy things, life becomes hard.
Mm-hmm.
People that work out, you know, like people who actually work out have more energy than the average person who doesn't anyway.
Yeah.
So you have more energy to put towards your purpose by just staying active, and you're gonna live longer and feel better doing it. So
Plus,
can't go wrong, dude.
I love me some food, so I gotta work out so I don't
Yeah.
get fat.
Yeah, exactly. There's that too. I agree with you there. There's some weeks my stomach's a little more pudgy and stuff, man, because I ate like crazy before the podcast and stuff.
What's y'all's
And
favorite food, bro?
huh?
What's your favorite food? I love me some food.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Since I was a kid, it's still pizza.
My boy.
It's still pizza to this day.
I
man.
think I was
Stuffed crust?
Italian in a past life.
I know, right?
Chicken parm is my heart, bro.
Oh, that shit is good as fuck.
I'm a sucker for some stuffed crust. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I know, with the marinara sauce.
Ooh, let's go. That's my
No.
nickname. Let's go.
Marinara?
my last name is Marin, and when
So
you add
it-
the sauce, that's marinara sauce.
Man,
Like I started calling
marinara.
Yep, that's my Call of Duty game tag.
That is real
Yeah.
damn marinara. Hey, that boy's saucy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like Asian too, and like Hispanic food. Not Mexican, but
I like Asian and Hispanic too.
food. Yeah, Hispanic and Asian, and then Italian.
I mean,
Those are like my three favorite.
we in Texas, bro. Can't go wrong with no barbecue.
I know. Oh yeah. That sweet Memphis, like that sweet barbecue. Yeah, that boy
He
rocking
got it,
with
he got
you.
it.
He wait. That did go over my head. I like Asian Hispanic too. Yeah, we don't discriminate over here, man.
Yeah.
Nah, everybody
Yeah,
get love. Everybody get.
exactly, man. Exactly. I second that notion. Now I know I'm gonna probably have me some mixed babies. So just saying.
Dude, I'm already a mixed baby.
On the cool, though. This man's like a pack of Skittles over here.
Black, white, Indian, Chinese, and Native American.
I know, right? Shout out to you, Jeremy.
I don't think
Oh,
I can
shit.
be racist, bro.
I know, right?
Not that I am, but like
You're just
how?
talking about your own people.
I literally be talking about myself,
Yes.
straight hating on myself. Like,
Hey, man, you can't talk about Asian like that, bro. I'm Asian.
nah, I don't talk about anybody.
No. Oh man. Let me see.
Y'all know the vibe. All love over here.
Always, exactly. I agree. I don't see how people gossip and shit and just talk shit about people.
Bro,
What do you get out of that?
takes more energy to be fake than genuine.
Man, that's the thing, because like you gotta live in that lie and you gotta ride with that story till the last breath, man.
Yep.
And it's so much easier just to be straight up.
Exactly.
Then you don't have to cover your tracks all the damn time. It's one less thing to worry about. That shit's crazy, man. People are literally,
Speaking facts, bro.
Yeah, that's one of my pros and cons. I'm blunt.
yeah.
That's just how I was rolled.
Bro, first time kicking it with you, you're blunt to that girl on the balcony.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
First time
I've,
actually kicking it with you, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I've
lost a
seen
lot
it
of friendships
firsthand.
just from being so blunt because people can't really handle, or they don't want to grow. Is the thing.
Yeah.
That's
I've,
what it
I've
comes down
noticed
to.
I've noticed even on Facebook since I started posting like more realer shit. I noticed people don't fuck with me. They might even still be my friends. Some people unfriend me. Some people just don't respond to me or anything like that. You know, like, just 'cause,
Oh, we
like,
got you, Bubba. We got you.
yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah,
But like I
that's
know that people who know me and appreciate me,
That's
know
just
what's
people
up.
that weren't meant to be in your
Yeah,
life.
exactly,
Exactly.
Exactly.
facts, bro. So I already know what time they on. They just want to be told comforting lies instead of uncomfortable truths.
Ooh, we're rocking the
Oh.
sleep in that.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying, it's for real though, man. Let's just do one more and then we go
I got you.
disperse.
For sure.
Yeah. Let me see.
This has been
Do
fun,
y'all
man.
believe? You said what?
This has been a lot of fun.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's just flowing. Like, take out these, like, move the mics and the headphones. It's like we're just
Just another
chilling.
day.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
another day. It just flows out of us so easily. So this last one, I'm gonna go ahead. As we are all men, do you think there's an attack on masculinity?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
So, who wants to get into it first?
Well, I mean, it just comes down to like a masculine man is a figure for other men.
Mhm.
A leader, someone that's an actual good leader, men are gonna aspire to be that person.
Exactly.
Confident, courageous, charismatic, charming. Like, that's what we all want to be.
Exactly.
And we are the ones that like make the world run. Like, everybody says that girls make the world run because men do a lot of what they do
For
for
women.
women.
Yeah.
But we are the ones that make things happen. We are the ones that decide at the end of the day, like, this is how it's gonna go.
Yep.
I think what it is that feminism has painted it in such a way that if you support strong men, you are now an enemy of feminism.
Exactly.
Yep.
When the reality is we want strong men and strong women.
Exactly. Well said, man. Like, what I've noticed is that when you are like the more like manly and stoic and everything else, they see it as toxic.
Yeah.
Like it's like a reverse psychology trick that they're doing, and
It's true.
and it's like feminism originally was about equality as far as opportunity, but
Definitely
now
about superiority.
It's very
yeah, and that's
hypocritical.
you took it around my mouth.
It's
and
very
My bad,
hypocritical.
bro.
yeah, it's like a scam.
It
They
is.
running a scam on them and stuff. And yeah, and no, you didn't. I'm happy we're on the same page.
We're always on the
Because
same page, right?
right, exactly. So it's like I don't see why they're trying to oppress like being manly of a man, like being stoic, being masculine, and like leading by example, and like Andrew Tate prime example how boys see his lifestyle and they want that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's not about like
He's making it known that it's possible to have a lifestyle like that instead of just working for 60 years
mhm,
and not being able to afford one of his cars.
exactly.
what
And
it
he
is-
has like 13.
Mhm,
Mm.
exactly, bro.
Like, I think what it is that if they publicly announce that we have achieved equality, then they no longer have an excuse.
Victimhood. There's a
Mhm.
victim's mindset. Woe is me. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Cause like forever they could still feel oppressed about something like, but like when you ask like, oh, is a patriarchy, which I don't really believe.
I mean,
Me
there's
personally.
literally laws that require equal.
Yeah, exactly. Affirmative action and
Employment.
all sorts of shit.
Yep.
And like when it comes to like us men, like we build the infrastructures, the construction, everything else. Like most of the inventions, like even the tampons the women use, the man built that. The man created that, invented that tampon to help relieve the women of that,
I
so
mean,
they can still work in the workforce. And
We
everything
fight
and
the
not-
wars. We do all the dirty
Yeah,
jobs.
we get drafted, and like they get to vote. Like for us voting, we get drafted. They vote, and they don't have to get drafted.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. From all the women I've spoken to, the tampon was probably the worst invention. It's like,
can't remember.
what are we gonna do about this problem? Just shove some cotton up there. Like,
Oh man, right? I did.
that's a man's solution to a woman's problem.
That is definitely a man's solution. I never thought of
Shove
it
it
like
up
that.
there.
Hey man, we
Oh,
got
my
look,
God.
all that crying, complaining, and all that bleeding shit. You know what? We got something for you. Just shove that shit up.
No, it's horrible. Like,
Shove it up and just let it soak. Damn. God damn it, Jerry. I was making.
how you gonna get it out? Tie a string on there, yank it out.
Oh,
Well,
my
look.
God.
Well, look. If they don't like it, then they can invent something better, though, right?
I mean, they did. I think.
What, the
it's like
pads?
the cup.
Yeah,
The cup.
the pads.
I don't know. I'm not a woman.
I don't know.
though,
It's not
so
my
I
problem.
go-
But
yeah, exactly. I can only talk so much about it. Bro,
Nah, this is just how we talk, bro.
Yeah.
It's like we don't care.
chemistry is real right here, dog. All right, man. If y'all have anything else, we could.
Wisdom Talk viewers, I love all y'all.
Yes, indeed. Again, there. Yes, we
Yes,
love y'all
we love
too,
y'all.
man.
Thank you
Shouts
for
to
having
Jeremy
us,
and
bro.
Kevin. Oh man, my pleasure, man.
Yeah,
This was dope.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have y'all back and probably have like some other guests, and then we could add into the conversation.
That'd be dope.
Maybe some girls, or maybe like have like Pat.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Man,
you
a
want,
lot of people, man. There's a lot of people that I still have to
bro. You know
help
we're
on.
down. You know we're down for whatever. Dude.
Hell yeah, man.
Hopefully
So,
this reaches the people that need it the most.
yeah, no, this episode is gonna be good. I could tell this is a highly informational episode, and there's gonna be points like we're gonna teach. Like, there's gonna be some lessons
Absolutely.
off of this. Oh, this was a very good one. It was
Absolutely.
like more like wholesome and like modest and like educational and like
Introductory.
informative. Yeah,
I would say.
introductory to who you guys are.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And
we
like
kinda,
for
touched on every aspect of like what's happening in the world.
yeah, even like just the news.
Yeah.
Even news. We even touched on news for like a couple minutes, and that wasn't even expected. So that was awesome, man. And just like my whole goal is, I'm trying to be like African Joe Rogan. So like this is one of them episodes that make me looking like that. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Just talking about any and everything. So
Especially Kevo over here, dude.
I know, this fool here is like this man is like a spiritual encyclopedia or something. Dog.
Yeah.
This man knows his shit just off the top of your head.
I've done this a few lifetimes. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Okay. Before we go, this is gonna be the last little bonus thing as we wrap up. So about that lifetimes thing that you were talking about yesterday.
So I
Oh.
mean, I don't know how many people believe in reincarnation, but going back to the beginning where I was talking about the spiritist book with that French scientist,
Mm-hmm.
one of the communications that they had with spirits, which they always confirm if it's gonna be like actual like good information from a good spirit or something that's just trying to do
Yeah.
false information, because they do that as well. They confirmed that reincarnation happens, and the why it happens is because we all as souls have lessons to learn, and until we learn all the lessons that we're meant to learn, we're gonna come back
Full circle, right?
in one way or another. It could be on this planet or a different planet, different dimension or same dimension, depending on the lessons that you need to learn the
Multiverse
most.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like Kevo and I, we just call Earth like spirit school.
yeah.
And I'm Yusuke Urameshi, the spirit detective. You damn right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
No,
All
I mean,
right.
like we all just come here to learn lessons. It's literally school for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Yep, we are. We're all students on Earth. Just sponges soaking all this information in,
God
and then and releasing it to everybody else
Yeah.
to expand the knowledge. But yeah, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate everybody. Wisdom talk. We out.